I'm going to show you today how we fixed our KitchenAid fridge with a top-load freezer. Probably most top-load freezers are going to have a very similar fix to this. We were experiencing lots of water in our fridge, so if you look underneath the lettuce crisper, then you find there's ice at the bottom. These chunks of ice you could take out. We were taking them out so regularly, we said we have to do something about this. It must be broken. Turns out it's a problem with the freezer. There was a drain hole that wasn't draining properly. The only tool we needed was this lug nut wrench, some hot water, and a towel to sop up all the extra water. So there are really just two screws that you need to remove on either side of the bottom part of the freezer. This process should take you about an hour. You want to remove all of the items from the freezer and move the fridge away from the wall and unplug it. And then we took out the shelf, and then we also took out the ice tray, although it turned out that that wasn't necessary. So then the next step was to take out the screws on the bottom shelf here, one on the left and the one on the right, and then remove the bottom shelf. Below that tray there was a full layer of ice, and we just removed that with a knife and chopped away at it. The place we were trying to unblock was that metal tray in the back of the freezer, which was also covered with ice. The cause of the water dripping down into the refrigerator was coming from the ice buildup in the back. If the plastic back wall is in your way, you can remove it by unscrewing these two lug nuts. You shouldn't need to remove the lug nut on the left. We didn't need to remove the back wall at all. You'll want to remove these styrofoam plugs which plug the holes which drain into the fridge. That's where the water is coming in. The next step is to remove as much ice as possible. Some of it will start to melt, but you're going to need to use hot water probably to get rid of most of it. Once you clear away enough ice, you'll see that there's a drain hole, and that's the thing that needs to be cleared. We put on a kettle of boiling water and then poured a little at a time and tried to melt some of the ice that was plugging that drain hole. You could reach your hand into there and feel that there was a block of ice still, even though it looked like it had cleared. We alternated with boiling water, let it cool, and then sop it up with a towel. Boiling water, let it cool, sop it up with a towel, and all of a sudden the ice melted and it started draining. You could hear it drain in the back. At that point you want to stop pouring water because it's draining into an evaporating tray, and there's only so much that evaporating tray can hold. You then put everything back, and the whole process took us about 45 minutes.